Hello, welcome to another video by Moxon Marine. In this video I'm checking the main bearing clearance on a 4.3 liter V6 crankshaft. I've already mic'd all the journal sizes on this crankshaft, and they're all within tolerance for a crankshaft that's been turned down 1/10,000 of an inch. So then I put the main bearings in my block, and main bearing clearance on 1 and 2 checked out okay. But number 3 is a little wide, and one of the tips I want to give you is you can buy, this is a 4.3 V6, but you can buy the V8 equivalent, which is MS 909P 10,000ths. So that's the V8 set, so you'll get an extra 2 bearings. You won't get the rear bearing bearings, but you'll get an extra 2 bearing shells for the that would normally be on a V8 crankshaft. This is a 4.3 V6, so it's got 1, 2, 3, 4 main journals. The V8 has 5, so you're going to come out with extra bearing shells, and they're cheaper actually. So you it's better off to buy this. And one of the benefits is you get an extra bearing shell. So if your clearance is too loose on one, you can swap it out for the extras and see if that helps out, which I'm about to do. But what I really want to point out is this is a brand new box of bearings. It's supposed to be 10,000 undersize. So like I was saying, I was checking my clearance, and when I got to the last bearing, number 4, the main one here, I was checking my clearance, and I was 5 to 6 thousandths too small, way too small. And I'm like, okay, something's going on. So I rechecked my zero on my, I'm using a dial bore gauge. This is a dial bore gauge here. And so I rechecked my zero on that, and that was okay. So then I was really worried. So I was like, what's going on? So I took it back apart, and I looked at the bearing. Let's see, this bearing here was the top half. This is the part that went in the block. This is the one with the groove in it. And so when I took the cap off and I took this bearing out, the first one I saw was this. That's not a problem. This is 0.010. That's what you're supposed to have in this box. And then I got to this. This is the bottom half, or the upper half. Look at there, 0.030. They put the wrong bearing in the box. So that's one of the pitfalls you run into. So I've got a bad set of bearings here, and it's not one of the extras I can use because it's the last one that only comes in the box. Fortunately, I just happen to have an extra set of bearings in my shop that were 10,000 under, so I'm gonna have to use that. It saved me. But if I didn't have those, I'd have to take these back off and send them back to. I think I got these from Summit Racing. So Summit Racing is gonna get a call from me today and about what they sent me wrong. So it's not Summit's problem. Male Cleveite boxed the wrong bearing. So like I say, I've got these 2 10,000ths bearings here. It will save me. They're brand new, haven't been used. I just had a leftover, so I'm gonna put those in, check the clearance, and then move on and build this engine. So the moral of the story is you need to always check your parts before you put them in. I didn't check them this time. I should have looked over the size and make sure they're the right one, but had I looked, I wouldn't even bother to put it in. I would have known instantly it wasn't gonna work. So just because the point is, just because you buy a brand new part doesn't mean it's going to fit. They sometimes put the wrong parts in the box, and you'll have to send it back and get the correct part. So always check your parts when they first arrive and make sure they're right parts, so you don't sit there and wait and have them sitting on the shelf, and then you find out, 2, 3, 4 weeks later that they're wrong parts. All right, thanks for watching, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already.